Buffalo, New York native Suzanne Taylor says former President Jimmy Carter's declining health wasn't a surprise to her, but the announcement he was entering hospice care came as a shock.
I have to admit that I cried at breakfast. That was a little bit of a wake-up call to me that we really are going to lose him at some point.
Between 2006 and 2019, Taylor was among hundreds of volunteers working alongside Carter and his wife Rosalind on their annual Habitat for Humanity work project, building homes around the world for those in need.
So many people really appreciate him. He's had such an impact, and it's going to be so hard to close that chapter.
It was sad because he has led such an epic American life.
Jonathan Alter spent 5 years writing a biography about Jimmy Carter titled His Very Best that allowed him to interview and observe the former president before his health declined.
But when you take stock of his life, he won at life. 98 years, longest lived president. Married for close to 77 years.
After losing the presidency in a resounding defeat in 1980, Alter believes Carter's increased popularity came through his volunteerism with Habitat for Humanity, his efforts to promote peace and fight neglected tropical diseases through the programs of the Carter Center, and as the voice of a seasoned politician and elder statesman.
This is a guy who, even though he was in business and thought about the bottom line plenty in the years before he was president, spent most of his life thinking about what could he do to improve the lives of other people. And that's still extraordinarily rare.
Carter's popularity also increased while traveling the country, autographing and promoting dozens of books he wrote, and by hosting crowds at his small church in Plains, Georgia, during his Sunday school lessons, where, one day after the announcement of his decision to enter hospice care, Carter's niece, Kim Fuller, led the congregation in prayer.
I think at this time in all of our lives, and in the lives of those that we love very much who are going through this today and will be going through it, that maybe if we think about it, maybe it's time to pass the baton. Who'll pick it up? I have no clue. I don't know. Because this baton's going to be a really big one.
Rosalind and Jimmy are accessible and gracious, and people feel like they really got to know him.
Which is why Taylor believes the news of his deteriorating health is that much harder for many to accept.
So I think his accessibility has created a bond with a lot of Americans that most presidents don't have.
Kane, Farabaugh, VOA News, Chicago.